Hi everyone, welcome to this week's version of Naked News, and I am Pamela Ferguson, but it's not that kind of naked. Naked News to me is stripping away all the preconceptions and misconceptions about skincare and pretty much anything else in life. So I wanted to come on today because I get a question frequently about Mars versus Venus, men versus women. Can men use the same skincare that women use? Do they have to purchase items that say men or for men or, created for men or anything like that? What do you think? Do you think that they should? Do you think that they need to? So let's do an example. We have two people who are 55 years old. Same environment, pretty similar lifestyle. One's a male, one's a female. Who do you think is probably going to look younger? What's your guess? Do you have anything? If you're thinking, well, I don't know, type it in. Type what you think it'd be. You think it'd be the man who looked younger or the woman who looked younger? Now that means somebody who's taking care of themselves pretty much the same way, the same sort of lifestyle. I would say it's going to be the man. That's not fair because I'm a woman, right? That's not fair because it's the man who's probably going to look better. Now, I think that there are two distinctive ways that men have an advantage like that. One is in skincare that we'll talk about. And then the second one, which is completely not fair, is in weight loss. Have you ever done like a challenge with your friend who's a guy or your husband or your significant other, and you're doing the same things and they like drop twice as much weight as you? So not fair. So not fair. It's not good. We don't like that as women. We don't like that. We wish that we could lose the same amount as you. So when we talk about skincare, I think that men have some of the same advantages as they do when losing weight. Some of it has to do with testosterone, and that's just one of the positive things that they can get from testosterone. So in general, well, what the heck? Are men even interested in skincare? Why is this even an issue? And probably maybe 20, 30 years ago, I would have said, nah, they're just not really interested. It's not their thing. And that may be the case for several men still. Maybe they're not interested. That's not their thing. However, things are a-changin'. So I would ask men in their 30s and their 20s and even younger about, are they interested in taking care of their skin? Ask them, do you want to appear older than you actually are? Or do you want to appear younger than you actually are? Is it important for you to have clear skin? All these kinds of questions. And things are changing. Men are saying, yes, I am concerned about them. It also used to be where people used to stay at the same job for like 30 years or more and retire. But now people are changing jobs more frequently. So men also want to look their best. Maybe they're changing from job to job. They want to put their best face forward. So I think men do care about how they are looking and how their skin's looking. So why in the heck do men have an advantage, and what is it? Okay, the first one I mentioned a little bit that has to do with some of the testosterone is that men tend to have thicker skin. All right, I don't mean they don't get bothered by things and women go crazy about things. That's not what I mean at all. Though it may be true, that's not what I mean here. Thicker skin, when I'm talking here, relates to the collagen in the skin. Positive for men, not so good for women, but men tend to have more collagen in the skin. And what the heck is collagen? Essentially, it's the building blocks, or if we talk about, that's going to really make your skin look, as we age, women tend to lose their collagen more, and men do too, but just not as rapidly. So, that makes your face look plump like a baby, nice, plump and full. That's really the collagen. As you age, you start to lose that. So it looks kind of more sunken in and slack, less puffiness or fat deposits the collagen underneath the skin to fill it out. And because men tend to have more collagen, that means those wrinkles, hey Kate, how are you, thanks for coming on, they tend to have less wrinkles and less issues like that because they have more collagen. And the other thing is that men tend to be less sensitive on their skin than women. There's always exceptions to this, but overall their skin is less sensitive. No, I don't know if it's from years of men having shaved and it's kind of one of those things that just happen over time, so they have less sensitive skin. Not sure why that is, but they do tend to have less sensitive skin. Again, there's always exceptions. We mentioned the testosterone and the collagen. Another thing that men tend to have is larger pores, which there's a positive and negative for that for men. So with larger pores comes a larger oil production. So men tend to have more issues with acne than women do. Think back to your teens. When you were, whatever, 14, 15, did you find that there were more boys that had acne issues, like really bad acne issues than girls? I would say, for me at least, yeah, I did find that there were more boys who had acne issues. Not that the girls didn't have them, but I just found that probably the boys had it a little bit worse, and that is because of those larger pores. The other thing too is that, because they're more prone to acne and they're producing a little bit more oil, when men do decide to use a moisturizer, you want to make sure that it's not like a super thick and luxurious moisturizer if they're prone to that, because that's going to kind of, you're not going to treat something that they don't have. You're not going to give them a lot of moisture if their skin is extra oily. The other good thing about men is because they lack so much of that sensitivity, like it's not going to be red and having issues, is that they are allowed, or they can, without having issues, exfoliate more frequently. So that's good for them, because there's really two things that I would say everybody should do, even if you're lazy. Exfoliate and sunscreen. Those two things. And I guess going along with sunscreen, men tend to be outdoors more. They do. Overall, they tend to be outdoors more. And what do they not do? They're not always the best about putting on that sunscreen, especially daily. Man, if you're a man and who uses daily SPF, big kudos to you, shout out below. Everyone's going to say congrats, because it's rare. I try to get my husband to do it. Not so much. Usually he's when we're going out for the day thing. Now, I want him to use it every day because it's going to help protect his skin. So they can exfoliate more frequently because they have less sensitivity in their skin. But some of the things that they have that women do not have is because they're shaving. We've all seen men who have the breakouts here, those shaving bumps, the redness, the irritation because of the shaving. Maybe you're not using the right products for shaving. Maybe you're using not the right shaver, or going against the grain, or whatever it may be. We all see that. So men do struggle with those kinds of things. Maybe they don't have as many wrinkles as women do. Hey Jenny, how are you doing? Thanks for watching. But they do have other issues, right? So maybe the sensitivity from shaving. And the other thing is that because of the fact that they are outside more overall, again, SPF, got to have that every day. So what I would say the bottom line is, do men need different skincare than women? My answer is yes and no. They don't need specific skincare for men, but they need to find their specific issues and get skincare for that. So I was just looking on Facebook the other day, and I saw something, what they refer to as the pink tax. And if you're a woman, you're aware of this. It's like, okay, there's two shavers. It's the same shaver. One is pink and one is not. The one that's pink is like $2 more. So for men, you do not need to buy one specifically for men or specifically for women. Instead of looking for that, I want you to look for whatever issues you're dealing with. And these are some common ones that men deal with. First of all, like I said, the redness and the bumps. So something to shave with, so something good. And if you don't have something that you're always having these, let me know, because I have a great one that is very smooth and works wonders and is very sensitive on the skin. The redness. You need a moisturizer. If you do have a lot of oil production, you need to choose one that is low oil. You need to choose that. Sun damage. Did you go out in the sun and not use that sunscreen? Probably guessing you did, because if you're like my husband, you did. So SPF every single day. What else? If you are somebody who has sensitive, overall men have less sensitive skin than women, but that doesn't mean that they don't have it. So maybe products specifically to sensitive skin. And acne, if you are dealing with acne, especially if you are in your teens and 20s, some men into their late years find it as well. Every other places on their body, their back, their shoulders, their chest, sometimes you have that as well. And you should look for, instead of a man product, you should look for a product specifically for that concern. And then the last one, which men are a little bit better because they usually tend to get wrinkles later, but it doesn't mean you're going to avoid them forever. Men will still have the wrinkles. Men will still have the sagginess. Age affects everyone. So if you are at that phase in your life where like, okay, I am getting the wrinkles, I am getting the crow's feet, I want to use the eye cream, whatever it may be, yes, you can use that. So do you need to look for a specific skincare that says for men? I would say no. Focus on your specific concerns, and this applies to women too. Your specific concerns. Don't think about gender. Think about what am I trying to figure out here? What am I trying to fix? What am I trying to do? So Mars versus Venus, how did it come out? How did it come out? Do men are better? Some ways, yes, in skin. Some ways, no, because we don't have as many issues with the acne. Now, thank you so much for watching today. I always love to have you guys. And if you want to check out some more things, you can go to my website. It's www.realpamelaferguson.com. Have a great Friday, and I will see you next week.